Welcome back, everyone, to Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. It's been quite the week for the Texas Tech Red Raiders. 4 days after losing guard Davide Moretti to play overseas in Italy, it was announced today that Georgetown's guard and leading scorer from this past season, McClung, would transfer from Georgetown to Texas Tech. McClung chose Texas Tech over his final list of 7 teams, which included Wake Forest, Memphis, Auburn, BYU, USC, and Arkansas. According to ESPN, McClung is currently listed as a sit-out transfer, but is expected to request a waiver to play immediately for next season. If his waiver is indeed granted by the NCAA for him to be eligible, then McClung could be in a starting lineup role since now Moretti is gone from the program. The Red Raiders will get back Kyler Edwards and Terrence Shannon from last season. Will also be bringing in 2 top 35 recruits, which include 5-star guard Amari Burnett and 4-star small forward Micah Peavy. The Red Raiders will also be bringing in an eligible transfer from UNLV named Joel Tomway. He sat out last season. And then Texas Tech also will be bringing in Marcus Santos Silva, who's expected to be a grad transfer if all goes well with him passing his summer courses, which would then put him up and make the upgrade from sit-out transfer status over to grad transfer status and be eligible for next season. McClung played in 21 games this past season for Georgetown before suffering a foot injury. He had 6 games where he scored 24 points or more. And McClung is just an absolute freak of an athlete. 6 foot 2 inches tall he stands at, and he won the All-American Slam Dunk Contest back in high school. In 2018, McClung broke the Virginia high school single-season scoring record, which was previously held by NBA Hall of Famer Allen Iverson. Now, McClung this past season averaged 15.7 points per game for Georgetown. He was the leading scorer on the team. He scored a season-high 33 points this past season against the Oklahoma State Cowboys. He scored a career-high 38 points freshman year against Arkansas Little Rock, and he was also named Big East All-Freshman Team back in 2019. McClung's transfer out of Georgetown is just a massive loss for the Hoyas, which will now undergo a massive rebuild for next season there for Georgetown, with multiple players transferring away from the program. As for Texas Tech, though, the wait is on to see if McClung can be eligible for this upcoming season, since he is listed currently as a sit-out transfer and would be eligible for the 2021-22 season. However, some positive news from the basketball world today for college basketball was that former Kentucky Wildcat Johnny Juzang was granted a waiver today from the NCAA to play next season for the UCLA Bruins as a sophomore. Texas Tech fans will now await to see the fate of McClung later on in the offseason, as they'll await to see if McClung will be granted a waiver to play for next season also. If McClung is indeed granted a waiver to play for next season, then Texas Tech would receive a much-needed boost with McClung to replace the production of Davide Moretti. But McClung here is expected to have 2 seasons of eligibility left for Texas Tech, and the Red Raiders with head coach Chris Beard not only working the offseason here for this upcoming season, but also in the future beyond that, as well as they also picked up another transfer here in the offseason with guard Jamarius Burton, who scored 11.6 points per game and shot the ball at 48.7% from three-point range this past season for the Wichita State Shockers, as Jamarius Burton is also expected to be a sit-out transfer. It would be eligible for the 2021-22 season. But that is a wrap here to this video. Massive news when McClung transferring from Georgetown to Texas Tech. It's been a wild week here for Texas Tech basketball fans, but I'm sure they're going to love this pickup right here with McClung coming over to the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube.